worries behind. It's the NightCap with Brent and Patty, where the fun and laughs are never chatty. Raise your glass, it's time to cheer. Brent and Patty are finally here. Funny finds and events so snappy. Join the fun, let's get happy. Brent might derail, go off the track, but Patty's here to bring him back. A Brent might come, oh what a sight. Rants and laughs, it's pure delight. Raise your glass, it's time to cheer. Brent and Patty are finally here. Funny finds and events so snappy. Join the fun, let's get happy.
Welcome to the NightCap with Brent and Patty. All right, let's get right to what we're drinking. I'll throw tonight's drink up on here. I hope I don't throw up tonight's drink.
That wouldn't be good.
I'm wearing my Father's Day shirt, Blue Murder. Got it from James. If you don't know who Blue Murder is, they are a band. You should look them up. If you are our generation, if you're any generation for that matter, you should look up Blue Murder and listen to. They have 2 albums. The first one that has this logo on the front is the absolute best. So I was tickled pink to get tickled blue, I guess, to get this because they're one of those bands. I wish they had done like 20 albums.
Yeah.
But we've only got the 2, with the first one being the very best. Anyway, let's get to what we're drinking. Yeah, that Brent can ramble, can he? Yeah, sure can. We're having a drunk bunny. Patty sent me 2 options, and the minute I read that, I went, that's the one we're having right there. That's it. We're having the drunk bunny. Just because of the name. So, all right. Get my phone out of the way so I don't slop on it. All right, so 2 ounces of coconut rum and 4 ounces of strawberry lemonade, which we have that and some garnish. So, okay, we're going to get rid of that. So it's 2
That.
and double
4
4
of
of
that,
that.
yeah.
So, all right. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. We get rid of that. So, I've got my trusty ice bucket here.
Some solid water cubes.
I've had some... What?
Some solid water cubes.
You okay? Some solid water cube.
Just in squares.
Shoot. We call this the Kathy bucket. Because it's so noisy. No, because Kathy gave it to me. Somehow I just knew, like 20 some odd years ago, that we were going to need this ice bucket for the show.
That's why you wanted it.
I'm going to get cuffed next time I go to your parents' house. All right, so 2 of this and 4 of that. It's pretty simple stuff. It's literally just, coconut rum. We have Malibu coconut rum. And then if you're trying to keep from too much sugar, calories, all that type of thing, Minute Maid, which we've had on the show before, I believe we have.
Yes.
This is the strawberry lemonade. So if you want strawberry lemonade, there's literally no sugar in this. Now, I'm sure there's some sugar in the coconut rum, but you're not adding on top of.
Right.
And I'm sure there's people like, well, there's sugar in the strawberries. No, I get that. But if you're trying to reduce it, if you want to have a drunk bunny and you want to be responsible, you can. And I'd like to point out, so that we've got our glasses, again, thanks to Leslie. And so you know who the pun guys are?
Yes.
The brothers who
Yes.
I'm convinced they're in Toronto. I'm pretty sure that's where they are.
Probably.
They did a video just yesterday, or I saw it yesterday, and they were making something where they had to basically it was making sushi out of egg,
Okay.
so that when they cut it, it was the perfect shape. Anyway, long story short, one of the glasses that they put down in their boiling water to cook the egg yolk in, it was one of these, the taller version of this.
That's cool.
I'm like, yeah, because I knew by the food that they use and all that type of thing, they're definitely in Canada.
Oh,
for
they
sure.
are. Yes, I
Yeah.
do know that.
So, and James says they're Canadian as well.
Yeah.
So, And he said, "Hey, Dad." All right, so 2 and 4, right? Okay, so it's going to be some heavy-duty stuff. You're going to be taking advantage of me later
Here's that one.
on. I'm not entirely sure that this is going to take 4 ounces in these glasses.
But I needed the other.
We
Glasses.
might have, should have, could have had the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
That'll work.
Because we're getting up there. Is this? Oh, this we haven't tried this yet.
No.
Okay, awesome.
Didn't we have one before? I can't remember.
This one?
Yeah. Maybe we didn't. We got pink lemonade down there.
We got pink lemonade. We didn't have the strawberry. Oh, it smells good. You know what I'm going to
Just
go with?
fill it.
I'm
At least up to that top.
For us. I'm going to get up around here somewhere because otherwise you're going to be making faces because it's going to be way too much rum. I know it's coconut rum. It's one of your favorite things, but it's going to be a lot of rum. Rum is not one of your favorite things.
No.
All right, so, and I just happen to have some pre-cut strawberries
I'm
here.
quite partial to gin and vodka.
I'm quite partial
That's so
to.
pretty.
It is actually. These look really nice. Really nice.
It's lovely.
Ooh, baby.
Smell good.
It does smell good to me, but I like my drinks a little heavier.
Ooh, that does smell good.
Oh, that's a good
That's
combo.
very nice. Yeah.
That's actually not too much rum.
No, I can taste the juice more than the rum. So it's perfect for me.
Well, and Malibu is actually only 21% alcohol.
Yeah.
It's not as heavy on the alcohol as some other drinks are. That's nice.
That's very summery.
It really is. Now, what I would
like
do if it were me,
Hey, Michael Mann, Miss Lauren.
I would substitute out the Malibu rum
Yes.
for just white rum for me. And
Yeah.
I would try to get the coconut flavor some other place where
Yeah,
we
you
weren't
could,
getting.
for sure.
Because I'm fairly certain. Water, rum, vodka, sugar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in there.
Right.
Again, with 2 ounces, it's probably not detrimental
huge,
now.
yeah.
It's not. Listen, it's not like I'm doing keto again.
No.
I did keto. It worked. I went hardcore.
Yeah.
This time I'm just trying to change my
I've been
eating
thinking about
habits.
doing the potato reset again. I did well on that.
You can if you want to. I'm not sure I want to do it again, but maybe. We are going to try something else just before we move along that absolutely positively does have plenty of sugar in it. I have absolutely no doubt. And I'm going to be honest with you. We already tried this, but we're gonna have it again. So we had this on the show.
It's on there tonight.
Oh, it's on tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to try it later?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep them guessing?
Sure.
Ha ha. You watch, I'll forget. I thought you said we had it.
No, it's on.
Oh,
tonight,
okay. That's there you go. I'm just gonna make you hurry up and wait. I gotta move that out of the way because I can't see the comments. There we go.
Hey, Leslie.
So there we go. Miss what you're drinking. Drunk bunny. Drunk bunny. Looks like this.
That's lovely.
Quite a lovely. Get yourself some Malibu rum and get yourself some strawberry lemonade. Minute Maid has it without sugar in it. 2 ounces of rum, 4 ounces of the lemonade. You're golden.
It's good stuff.
Put some ice in it if you'd like. Alrighty, let's keep on trucking here. That's what we did there already. What?
Nothing. I just thought your Stu Criminal thing was lit up, but
It is, but I don't have any of the pictures turned on. So.
okay.
So we've got a Friday Feels, of course, for this week, starring Maisie and Sam. Just getting cute with her feet, I guess. Is that why you picked those two?
Well, Maisie's always doing something funny,
Right.
silly little thing, and Sam's playing with that toy Emily gave him.
Yeah, he's had that
He likes
thing
to snuggle with it.
forever.
Yeah,
Snuggle it. He kicks the absolute snot out of it.
he does.
With those back legs.
Then he snuggles up with it.
Yeah, and then they're I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna beat you up again later. Oh yes, I am. Oh, frig. That's when he gets up on the bed and he gets all squirrely and it's time to play. That's usually the toy that we toss up because he immediately goes like, "Yeah, give me that thing. I'll beat the shit out of him."
This saves our arms.
Right? Wants to beat, and he's all just curled up
On the couch. Yeah.
hanging out.
Likes to be where we are.
Yeah, he does. He does. We don't have to worry about making him leave this room, really, not that much.
No.
Because if we go someplace else after the show is done, we just leave the door open. He eventually goes, "Well, where'd those two go? I'll have to go track them down." All right, we do have, I got to scroll down just a little bit here.
There you go.
We got a Pattyism and a Brentism, of course. Both just, again, out of the park. If I click the right button, you'll actually be able to see it.
Right.
Both sides of my personality. That's Patty's. That is accurate, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I did not notice the... there's a whole bunch of Deadpools behind them. That's cool. Must have been a publicity shot, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And the Brentism for this week, I just found out the Mandarin word for penguin can be loosely translated as tiptoe goose or business goose. And that has really made my whole entire day.
The whole picture of the penguin is sweet.
Oh, yeah. So I did it wrong? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you just made it bigger, that's all. See the...
All right, there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I won't get a beating now.
Just so you can see the little feet.
So sorry I did it wrong. Please don't hate me. Oh, frig.
You're not.
Listen, this is where it has not been a fantastic week, okay? So sometimes this is the night where I get to blow that steam off by just being stupid. Or sometimes I'm just stupid. You know, this might be one of the shows where I mix a second drink.
That's good, isn't it?
That's super fantastic.
Yeah.
But I want one of the...
Berries.
I want one of the berries.
Should've
Let's have
brought
a
a
chance.
spoon.
I got figures. So good. But berries make it. You could quite easily just muddle the berries a little bit.
You could, yeah.
Yep.
You want a little more color.
And Brenda, I know she's not on right now, but if you're watching later on, a little shot of fresh lime wouldn't hurt that.
Oh, that would be good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Lime goes with everything.
Lime goes with everything. I wouldn't put lime on my bacon, so I'm
No,
afraid
that's
that
true.
statement is wrong.
Well, like in this regard.
Hard to believe the
Right.
same guy directed Happy Feet and The Road Warrior. I did not know that.
You diversified.
Yes, sir. That's right. Wanted a... oh, but Brenda is here. There we go.
Awesome. Hey, Brenda.
They say I just have to speak their names and they show up in the
Right.
comments section. Perfect. Okay, so let's get to what you're reading. I believe Patty has... yes, that's what it was. A Bookworm's Cozy Reading Essentials. Soothing drink. Okay, so let's stop at soothing drink. I won't eat or drink anything while I'm reading a book. Because I don't want to... And this is what surprises me with you, is because if you don't know this, and you should...
Excuse me, I'm very cautious.
She is a fanatic with her books.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want bent pages. When we get a book at the bookstore, it has to be like perfect. And the only way she'll take one with like the tiniest little ding is it's the last one there.
Yeah.
You
I
can't.
literally left a book on the shelf because none of them were in good shape that I really wanted to read.
I find the reading of the book way more important, but presentation is everything for her when it comes to the book when she's making the purchase.
But they have
So-
it nice on my shelf when I'm done reading it. Then when I pick it back up, I can admire the cover and how pristine it is. I don't bend the spine. There's no cracks in my spine unless it's somebody else has borrowed it and read it. My books are pristine. The ones that only I have read. And they will stay that way.
I flipped the switch, guys. I'm sorry. That was good. That's like the most you've said on the show all together at once in a long
That's
damn time.
important to me.
I know. So thank you for making my point. Oh, my
Books
land.
are a treasure.
So So the fact that she will eat snacks.
But I'm very cautious.
No, I get that. But the fact that you'll even take the chance. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you'll even take the chance of possibly getting chocolate on your book or slopping something, it surprises me. Because I'm not as fastidious with my books as you are, and I won't. Like, I mean, if we're out in the deck, out on the swing reading or something, I'll have something cold to drink. But normally it's a lot of pages before I go, bookmark, okay, everything used to set to the side, have the drink, back to the book. But she'll be like, and then laughing out loud because she finds a spot in the book. And I get this too. I'll get, okay, start here and just read the rest of the page. Okay. Now, granted, in the 30 plus years we've been married, she's never handed me a passage that I didn't go, that's really good stuff. Yeah. And I think maybe I've read one or two books based on that type of thing. Not very often, because you and I don't really read the same book. No. Some we do cross over with some authors where we read the same stuff. But for the most part, it's all different. So that's why it shocks me. So what else is on this list now that I've rambled on for way too damn long? Comfy clothes, I'm with you there. Yeah. Cuddly reading buddy. As long as he's not shoving the book out of the way because he wants attention.
And what he does to me lately?
What?
Does the same thing Simba did. When I'm laying down and reading on our bed, he wants to be right here in this.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta hold the book up. And he
wants to be front and center. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm trying to read.
Mood lighting. No mood lighting.
Has to be a proper lighting
cozy,
to see.
Yeah, cozy blanket and pillow, and body fueling snack. So again, I'm out on the snacks, and mood lighting. No, I want lighting so I can read the bloody book.
Pages,
Who's reading by candlelight? Not me.
I can't see the words.
Oh my! Christina's here.
Hey, Christina.
What am I? Chopped liver. I just missed. I had a hard time finding you. Okay, Leslie said she had a hard time finding you tonight. If you ever have a hard time finding us, I'm still putting the teaser up on Facebook. So anybody that has Facebook, if you go there, the link will take you to my YouTube. It's just under Brent Underhill. Yeah. But what you need to do from there, you'll see tabs, and one of them says live. You need to click on the live tab or whatever if you're on your phone, and go to the list of live, and it'll show. If I haven't started the stream yet, it'll show all the ones previous, and they will stay there even after, because it categorizes them as being live before, being live in the past. Anyway, Back to the Future, I don't
previously.
know. But if you're there a little bit early, because I've been trying to get on at 8:57 is when I try to throw the stream up to give people enough time to find it, and then by 9 o'clock, I fire up the intro. So if you're having a hard time, go to Facebook, go to the NightCap with Brent and Patty, and click on the link. And any of the links from any of the teaser posts from the past, you don't necessarily have to do. Any of them will take you there.
Right.
So, yeah. And I've not found out yet. I've thought about that tonight. It's funny we're having this conversation. I thought, is there a way to give them a link that actually takes them to the live page?
I don't know, maybe.
So I'm going to look that up and see if I can do that. Clicked on one from 3 months ago. I'm getting shit on by Christina for not realizing she was in the chat. So she's.
What's Brenda saying? I can't see.
What's that? If you're paying, pristine is a requirement. So she's with you on the books. So yeah.
I love shopping at Chapters, and I was really.
Leslie says I was just going to mention about the spine.
Yeah, when they used to let people come in and read the books.
Oh, at Chapters.
Yes.
Yeah, when you could go in, pick up a book,
yes,
sit down.
And they would go back on the shelf, and I was looking for a book, and they had one copy, and it was dog-eared and bent, and it was awful, and I thought, I am not paying for that. If it was a yard sale, it'd be different, but...
Yeah, because you expect it to be used
right.
at that point. That was the dumbest business model ever.
It was. Like, have a dedicated section, for sure. Where it didn't matter what state they're in, but not just any book on the shelf.
Yeah, just pick one off the shelf, sit down. And I know what they were going for. They were going for the hangout spot. I've picked up this book.
Somebody would read it and buy it.
I went, I like this, so I'm just going to go to the counter, buy it, take it home, and finish it. And there were people, as should be expected, who went, well, I'm just going to go back. I'll just remember what page
Yeah.
I'm on, and I'm going to go back tomorrow and keep
Yeah.
reading. And
Exactly.
I'll eventually
Well,
finish the book
And
be
the
like,
other thing is,
thanks, guys.
some of them wouldn't be sitting at a table; they'd be sitting on the floor and amongst the stacks.
Yes.
With their feet up,
Yes.
and you're thinking, I'm trying to look at these books, and you won't even budge.
They were, and I'll tell you what those people did. They were trying to be cool.
They're ignorant is what they were. But anyway, I digress.
I got another strawberry. I fished that one out without having to use my fingers. All right. This show is going to run long.
Yeah.
So
I got on a rant, sorry.
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped worrying about, is the show going to be long enough? Yeah, it will be, because we don't know when to shut up. So we've got a shit or get off the pot for this week. Of course, I really like the door.
Oh, that was
There's
neat.
the bathroom doors. That's really cool how they've
Incorporated the
yeah.
handle and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say something because not that it necessarily needs to be said, but when have I ever said anything that needed to be said? When have I ever said anything important? So it's male and female,
Yep.
and they got, of course, the male's got pants on and the female has got a dress.
Yeah.
And there are people that get a little butthurt over that whole
Yeah.
male
Stereotype.
female thing. I think it is important to have bathrooms for each.
Yeah.
And I think that you need to have some defining feature to let people know universally without any language barriers which one is which. And I think because primarily it's usually women that wear dresses. Not that anybody can't. I mean, I can throw a dress on and go to work if I want to. That's going to be a rough day, but I could. But I think something simple like that should just be like, that's the ladies, that's the men.
Right.
It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's not meant there's no, I think sometimes people look for offense when it was never there in the first place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just let that be. And we all know collectively what that means. And then you just pick the one that, and look, and I'm not saying that you can't go into the ladies' room if you're trans. I'm not getting into any of that conversation. No. Whatever you identify with is whatever you identify with. It's fine. Do your thing. But we have to have some sort of universal symbol to say, dudes, ladies.
Right.
And that one works. I guess that's
it does,
my other.
Yeah.
I don't have a point. I'm just rambling. So I have no idea whether this is a translation issue. This isn't really graffiti unless somebody made this up and then hung it on the wall. Welcome to the closet of olfactory sorrow and great fanny anguish. Dude, what have you been eating? Taco Bell? Great fanny anguish. It sounds like a Victorian book.
Almost, yeah. Right.
Yes. Annabelle May and the Great Fanny Anguish. Yes, the town was called Fanny. Don't be dirty. Oh.
Funny.
Yes, Leslie said her daughter's trying to get a bookstore set up in Woodstock. I hope she does well. I really do. Somebody told me there was another spot, I think, that was available for rent.
Not sure.
No, I think I already told you that. It was downtown by
yes, you did.
Noonan Slip.
You did,
I did. Yes, I told Leslie
You
that.
mentioned that last week.
Yeah, because that might be a little better price, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I have no idea. No, I think that would be great. It would be nice to have a dedicated, or as dedicated as you can be. You've got to diversify nowadays. It'd be nice to have as dedicated a bookstore as possible. Yeah. So, yeah, and if she has a few other things there, then good deal. Yeah. Leslie talked about some friends of hers that did 3D printing.
Oh, yes.
Which I'm telling you, I'm interested.
I wouldn't mind.
In a 3D printer.
Yeah.
I really.
And there's another one, is it Crycut or something like that? Yeah, there's another machine you can do shirts and stuff with it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking at those.
Yeah, because we need to fill our house full of more things. Jeepers creepers. All right. Are we only to the birthday club now?
Yes, dear.
My land of Goshen. What have we been doing? Talking?
Yeah.
I immediately knew who that was. And I said to Patty, "Is that Anne Murray?" Yep, that's Anne Murray. Anne Murray is 80 years old today.
Wow.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No.
I think because she's always been, like, I always think Snowbird, right? That's the song I immediately think of. And I just always picture her in her, like, 30s, 40s type of thing. She was born in 1945. Of course, she's an icon in Canadian singing and songwriting. Her first name is actually Morna. Anne's her middle name. So Anne is her name. It's just not her first name.
Right.
I like her singing. I think
I like her singing.
She's one of the best things ever come out of Nova Scotia as far as that genre, that era, that type of thing. Absolutely amazing Canadian talent. So glad that we have her. Another gentleman who's just behind her by a few years, and another favorite actor of mine, that guy right there. That is a fantastic montage of pictures, by the way. You knocked it completely out of the park. Thank you for that. That, of course, is John Goodman. Everybody knows. He is 73 years old today. Of course, he was born back in 1952. He was on Roseanne. He was on The Connors, which was the continuation of Roseanne. The Righteous Gemstones. Oh, he was so good in that movie. The Flintstones movie.
It's a series,
What's that?
It's a series. There's still more.
Right, the series, the television show, right? The Emperor's New Groove, Monsters Inc. Like, he's got that Midas touch.
He does.
You know what I mean? You could take. I'm just going to close those pictures for a second. I was thinking about this as I was putting the pictures up. I believe John Goodman is good enough that you could take, like, a handful of actors where people are like, yeah, he's not that good, and neither is she. You could take a handful of actors, and if you had even a half-assed script, but you put John Goodman in the lead, and it'll be a better movie.
Yep, for sure.
He's that good. He's that good. Also, a birthday today. She's just a little bit older than we are. She's 58. That, of course, is Nicole. Say her whole name, Brent. Yeah. Nicole Kidman. She was born in 1967. She was in Practical Magic. She was in the Aquaman movie. She was in Days of Thunder, The Perfect Couple, Family Affair, Big Little Lies, etc., etc., etc. You didn't mention Eyes Wide Shut.
I forgot that one, yeah.
It's funny that I read an article about that, about the whole filming process, and how the director really messed with them to the point that was probably the beginning of the end of their marriage, because he really wanted to have them experience the stress that the characters were, to the point where it blurred the line of who exactly is experiencing this.
Right.
In this instance, he kept them separate.
He did them a disservice.
He did. He kept them separated by times, and would say, "Okay, you can't tell him what we're shooting for scenes today. I don't want him to know." And it was. I read the
Mind
article.
games.
Right, exactly. It was Stanley. Stanley Kubrick. I can't say his name.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick.
Rubik's Cube is the guy that directed Stanley Kubrick. Never mind. Anyway,
Don't matter.
Stanley K. Wasn't John Goodman in The Big Lebowski? He was, and I'm going to confess something right now. Ken is going to be so mad at me. I'm going to hear about this tomorrow, but I need to finally fess up. I've never watched The Big Lebowski. I've never seen it.
I know that I have either.
I want to. I want to.
We could have finished Righteous Gemstones.
Because I've seen the memes of him in the movie and the whole thing. And I really want to watch it. But it's just one of those things that we didn't get around to. It's like Fight Club. I've never watched Fight Club.
Me either.
I want to. I want to experience it. I really do. There's movies like that. And I tell people, they go, how could you not have watched? And then just whatever movie I haven't watched. Because, hey, I just, my excuses are, if it was back in the early 90s, I was up north. If it's after the kids are born, like, hey, I was raising kids. That type of thing, right?
Yep.
Because you put the kids to bed, you're not watching anything too loud.
No.
But that is why I wanted a small TV in our bedroom at the opposite end of the house. But even then, you're still,
your ears clogged on the
TV.
kids.
Right, you're still listening for the kids, right? So there's just things that you don't get to. So there are some I haven't watched them yet movies that are on my list, and I'm not saying a word, and then about 1,000 exclamation marks. Tomorrow might be a different story. Just saying. Oh, I knew I was going to hear about it. Oh, man. Brenda's like, WTF? Oh. I knew that conversation was going to happen. Like, somebody's going to say The Big Lebowski, and I'm going to have to say I've not watched it. And, yeah, there we go. It's time for, hey, hold on. It's time for everybody's stomach's favorite part of the show. It's Vinny Views. It's Vinny Views. It's Vintage Views. Vinny doesn't have a view of this house. He moved.
Oh, my.
Oh, golly. That right there. Foof. It's probably one of the tamer things we've had on Vintage Views. Yeah. I'm actually just going to get rid of the picture.
No Jello this week.
Right, there's no Jello. For those of you trying to figure out what that is, what's in that is popcorn. Weird sandwiches people used to eat. The popcorn sandwich, a particular concoction from 1909 cookbook, the up-to-date sandwich book.
Right.
Up-to-date. It's the new sandwiches. Features popcorn, buttered toast, 5 bone sardines.
Gross.
Worcestershire sauce. Actually, Worcester. I can actually say that word. Right. I just can't say Kubrick. Actually, I think I just did. And tomato ketchup. Tomato ketchup to form a paste. Well, why wouldn't you just use tomato? Anyway, whatever.
They probably didn't have it then.
Another one was the mashed potato sandwich. That was a smaller picture, right? Yeah. The mashed potato sandwich, a favorite of Gene Kelly, requires a thick layer of leftover mashed potatoes to be spread on buttered French bread and topped with onion, mayonnaise, a hearty dose of salt and pepper. The product is then browned in a broiler. According to one recipe, it is to be enjoyed with the nearest mug of beer. Okay, that's not the worst thing I've ever heard of.
Could be interesting.
It could be.
Mashed potatoes, I like potatoes.
I have made leftover sandwiches before.
Yes.
Where you use turkey, dressing, cranberry. Like I've put the leftovers from like a Christmas dinner type of thing into a sandwich. It's really good.
It would be.
But it's got way too many carbs. Way too many carbs for this point in life. I'm trying to get rid of the carbs. See, I would try the mashed potato sandwich. But
I'm not eating that
product
popcorn
is
one.
then what's that?
I'm not eating the popcorn one.
I'm not interested in putting popcorn on my sandwich. Not at all.
Not with sardines.
No.
Gross.
Oh, was that all?
Yeah, goes all together.
Oh, okay. I thought those were okay, that's a whole other ball of wax.
Yeah.
Buttered toast, sardines, Worcestershire sauce, and tomato ketchup to form it. Oh, I see the Worcester sauce and the. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm out. If I want popcorn, I'll just have popcorn.
Right?
I don't need sardines
or
or
carb enough.
Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Let's get to interesting AF. What did we miss? I know someone who ate peanut butter and onion.
Ew. I love peanut butter.
You missed my comment about Anne Murray. Used to dance with my dad when they were young in Spring Hill. Oh, that's cool. Right on. My dad was an amazing dancer. I did not know that about your dad.
Oh.
All right. Interesting AF. I immediately knew what this was by one thing in this first picture. Sorry, not the first picture. We'll get to it. This is the origins of Nintendo, which I have researched and already knew, but some of you kids may not. So Nintendo was founded in 1889, and they sold playing cards. That's how they got their start. Nintendo's been synonymous with video games since the 1980s, but its first century of operation was rather different. Originally known as Nintendo Kapai by founder, I'm not even going to try.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yamuchi. I don't know what his first name is. I know what it is. It's in front of me. I just can't pronounce it. Fujiro Shimuchi. The company was actually founded September the 23rd of 1889 to sell playing cards long before a certain Italian plumber was born. The hand-painted flower cards that it manufactured became Japan's most popular playing cards by the early 1900s. This largely remained the case in the mid-20th century, by which the company had tried expanding into different markets: instant rice, a taxi service, even ballpoint pens. Most of these ventures didn't last, and it wasn't until the video game craze of 1983 that Nintendo truly became the company it is today. There we go. With market saturation reaching its highest point and a quantity over quality philosophy leading, those words together are not fun.
This particular product,
yes,
did not for a second. the person that came up with it got the idea from seeing somebody out and about using a calculator on their watch.
Okay.
And it fascinated them, so they proposed
a handheld video game.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nintendo released its landmark Nintendo Entertainment System, or known by most gamers as the NES or the NES, at a time when the world of video games seemed doomed. The opposite turned out to be the case. More than 60 million consoles have been sold worldwide. Alongside such influential games as Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda, and Duck Hunt, just to name a few. And we had that back in the day.
We still do.
No, but we had that back in the day. Back in when that came out.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah.
My mother put her name in a draw somewheres upriver.
Yeah.
And won. And Dad and I knew, and she made us wait till Christmas.
Sounds about right.
Like, ah! So, and there's some other. I mean, this is all Nintendo stuff, correct?
Yeah.
That one I've seen before. That one was never released in North America.
No.
That was a Japanese release only. But that is another version of
Famicom.
Exactly. Yeah, Famicom's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But crazy to think, hey, we're going to make cards, and then all the other stuff that they tried to get into.
Right.
And I said I knew this stuff. I didn't know about the taxi service. Yeah. I did know about the instant rice, and I'm fairly certain I heard the ballpoint pens. Taxi service I hadn't heard. So they were trying, right?
Trying all kinds of different
these
things,
cards just ain't paying the bills, man.
And they've sold 103 million.
Okay. Sorry, there's more information. My bad. Nintendo Switch units sold as of February, like the original Switch?
Yep.
February of 2022, 103 million. Rating of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Metric. The highest of all time is 99. It's a good game. The height of Mario's vertical leap in the original Super Mario Brothers game is 25 feet. That's he's a frog at that point. Amount of years, and Nintendo Entertainment Center spent 20 years on the market in Japan. Quite a record. So the original NES?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
20. You could buy it for 20 years?
You could buy it for 20 years.
That is wild. No one knows what Nintendo actually means. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that it had an origin, like that it meant something. Huh. Well, that's cool. Well, I know what it means. Quality gaming.
Right. There you go.
Because I knew guys back in the day that were hardcore Sega fans, and they were what I like to refer to as wrong, because Nintendo has always been the superior. Nintendo now owns Sega. So what's that tell you?
Right.
Like, seriously, what's that tell you? It tells you that, Nintendo is
on top.
At this, it's the one to it's the one to last, right?
Right.
That's an ice cube. That is not. Okay, come out here. No, come here. Oh. They're even better once they sat in there a little bit. Nom, 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 nom.
Let mine marinate.
It's good. It's good. Nintendo was always the system, and that's what we had. We had the Nintendo.
We had a ball with it.
I bought the Super Nintendo when I was west, or up north, and then we skipped the GameCube because
Kids were little at that point.
Right.
But
We're
buying diapers.
raising kids. That's our excuse. Right, exactly. I don't know how people do it now. Diapers are freaking expensive.
Diapers, baby food, yeah.
I'm telling you, if I were doing it today, I kid you not, I used to like, not really make fun of, but I used to be like, why would anybody want to do cloth diapers? I shouldn't say, didn't make fun of them. I just thought, who would want all that trouble? I'll tell you who wants that trouble is people that don't want to turn around and spend like $30 or $40. I don't know what they're up to now, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
If
formula was expensive, we didn't go that route.
We did a little bit, but
that
not
was
much.
just if they were going to
just for a fill in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just
but you
wild.
couldn't pump enough.
And then we went. So we had the N64. I think that was the last one that you and I bought.
Yeah.
Until we got to the
Wii U.
the Wii and then the Wii U.
Yeah, Mom and Dad bought one for the kids, I think. Got the Wii U or the Wii? They got the Wii for them. The first one.
Yes.
And we bought them the second one.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And in between all that, I had a Game Boy as well.
Yes, and I still have mine.
And I still have mine. I have one of the original. None of this pocket or color or any of that. It's a Game Boy, and it still works.
Yeah, and the kids had the Game Boy Advances and all that stuff.
Yeah, the boys had a bunch of those as well. So that's what we grew up on and our kids grew up on. All right, so let's get to this next one. I know what's up. Do you know what's up?
I know what's up.
Your order's up. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. That is the St. John Ale House. It says so right there on the sign. Since 2004, the St. John Ale House has led uptown St. John with progressive pub fare and a focus on local food. They celebrate New Brunswick's flavors from land to sea. This place looks pretty sharp, I will say.
It does. I like the brick.
Yeah, right? That looks really, really cool. The award-winning St. John Ale House is a slow food gastropub in uptown St. John with former Top Chef Canada competitor Jesse Vergen at the helm. Their menu includes an interesting selection of upscale pub fare with popular items like Digby Bacon maple scallops. Sorry, that's the entire name. Keep reading, Brent. Salt and pepper wings. That sounds really good. Lobster risotto. Lobster risotto. Now I can't say it. Lobster risotto. Spring lamb ganache, dry aged ribeye, whole rainbow trout, and chocolate stout cake for dessert. That sounds off the friggin' rails. They also offer lobster rolls and periwinkles seasonally. Periwinkles are really good. I like them. I didn't think I'd like them, but I do.
Dad likes them.
Look at the taps.
I love the name Renaissance. Instead of
Renaissance.
Yeah.
The rebirth of beer.
That's a lot of taps.
The ale house carries us 30, as a matter of fact, 30 beers on tap, about 25 of which are local New Brunswick craft beers. St. John Ale House also has an extensive wine and cocktail list that are a treat to enjoy on the restaurant's waterfront patio. Chef Jesse Vergen also owns the Smoking Pig Barbecue, a roadside barbecue takeout in a renovated train caboose in Quispamsis, a suburb of St. John. And I believe we have... so that's some of the fare at the
Ale House.
That stuff looks absolutely
I love their
amazing.
plates, too.
Yeah, they're pretty, right?
Yeah.
They almost look like denim.
Yes.
That's a Smoking Pig.
Yeah.
The St. John Ale House is located at 1 Market Square, St. John, New Brunswick, right here in good old Canada. You have written, it's located, I'm going to do this to you again.
What?
You have written, the St. John Ale House is located at 1 Market Square, St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, New Brunswick.
That's weird.
She's got NB and then she's got Canada and then she's got New Brunswick written out. It's full.
I didn't feel free quite so.
Nah, it's all right. It happens. I got something to tease you about. That would be, I think, the next time that we end up in St. John, which isn't very often, but the next time we go, that'd be a good place to go and check out for sure. Oh my, Digby bacon scallops, yummy, right?
Yummy.
And Brenda says uptown St. John is cool. It sounds cool. Kenny says Nintendo means give us all your money. Remember having popcorn while watching TV at Patty's house. There you go. That's the popcorn
Yep.
in a bowl, right?
Right.
Not in a sandwich.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not in a sandwich. All right, so let's time to go on a road trip. All right, where are we going tonight? The Monkey's Paw. Right there. It's an independent used bookstore in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Ontario. Known for its eclectic, arcane, and absurd books. And for the Bibliomat, a random book vending machine. This place is just one of those weird... I can smell that picture.
Yep.
Yep, I can smell that
Yep.
picture. Old books.
Yep.
It's not a bad smell, but
No.
I know exactly what it smells like.
For
this looks
sure.
like one of these. You're just going to wander around for like an hour, and you may not find anything, but you're going to see some really cool stuff. One of which would be the science and the mystery of the cat. Its evolutionary status, antiquity as a pet, body-brain behavior, also called occult power, and so-called occult power, and its effects on people. I mean, that probably would be an interesting read. Owner Stephen Fowler founded the Monkey Paw in 2006, 4 years after he moved to Toronto from San Francisco, where he worked in numerous bookstores. Fowler opened the Monkey's Paw in order to support his family with another income source. The inspiration and book selection methods of the store is based on his work in a previous San Francisco bookstore that placed books that were unique, specific, or unusual for a single subject category under its miscellaneous section, Floop. Many, including the owner, consider the store itself a showcase, an homage to the printed book, which they believe to be a dying medium. Due to the notoriety and uniqueness of the bookstore, Fowler was invited to join the International League of Antiquarian Booksellers. There we go. The owner has been known to say, "It's the store where you'll find the book you didn't know you were looking for." I would imagine that's probably the case. Revenge of the Lawn. The watermelon sugar deeds were done and done again as my life is done in watermelon sugar. What the frig?
Right? Some obscure stuff.
Right? I mean, it's a nice, neat-looking place.
Yeah, it's very tidy.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're book fastidious, much like yourself.
Right.
And there's the Bibliomat.
Yeah.
So every book is a surprise. So... And I don't... Does this machine actually work?
Yes.
Okay.
You put your $2 in and you get a book. But you don't know what you're getting.
No two alike. Collect all 112 million titles. Are you kidding me? That's so good. The Bibliomat. Oh, my land. Going to the laundromat? No, I'm going to the Bibliomat. And then there's a couple of books, The Joy of Sex and National Lampoon's The Job of Sex.
What an odd pairing.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm surprised that National Lampoon didn't come up with a movie called The Job of Sex.
Right?
Hollywood would be all over that. Oh, my land. That's good stuff. No road trip is complete without a funny sign, of course. Cat puns freak me out. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I had to read that out loud earlier tonight in order to actually get it. I was like, what are they talking about? And then I read it out loud. Patty's sitting behind me. I'm like, cat puns freak me out. I'm like, oh, for pity's sake. I hate when that happens. Oh, shoot. Good stuff. It's really neat, the stuff we have right here in good old Canada.
Right.
And according to the latest trends, that's where we're all hanging out this year. It's right here in Canada. Right. Travels down, folks. Down, way down. All right. It's time for, and say it with me now. Click the button, Brent.
Say what now?
I put the mouse over and then I move it slightly and I click and I get nothing. It happens to me almost every week. All right, so what do we got here on Say What Now? Oh, yes, Prego, which can I say that company has seemed to somehow avoid becoming synonymous with pregnant people, because you hear that. Oh, she's Prego.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
She's not pasta sauce. So what are you talking about? New Prego sauces. New Prego cheesy bacon sauce is a delicious smoky cheese sauce made with quality ingredients, including fresh cream, cheddar cheese, and applewood bacon. This versatile sauce can be used to create a variety. Say it again. Have another drink. A family-friendly recipes can also be used as an easy, cheesy topping to a variety of dishes. Drizzle over chicken, vegetables, fries. Well, that would be really good on fries. I don't need it. I'm just saying. It'd be really good on fries. The new Prego creamy cheddar cheese is a delicious cheese sauce made with quality ingredients such as fresh cream and cheddar cheese. The versatile sauce can be used in a variety of family-friendly recipes, and it also serves as an easy, cheesy topping for a variety of dishes. So you can get the bacon cheese or the cheddar cheese,
creamy cheddar,
and get a little cheesy up in there.
Right, great.
Those look really good.
Nice little mac and cheese.
And I would imagine it probably, as far as carbs go, it's probably not bad.
Probably not.
Because cheese typically is not.
It'd be good in a homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah, but see, the mac in the mac and cheese is full of carbs.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm trying to get rid of. And I can't with homemade cookies, mac and cheese, potatoes and everything. Don't get me wrong, I eat good, but. Oh, shoot. This second one is definitely something I am going to want to put into some sort of a casserole. Patty's not going to go anywhere near it, but that is not a joke. It's not AI. That is Nestle Carnation Kickin' Jalapeno Evaporated Milk. In 2024, Carnation spiced things up by releasing its first flavored product, Kickin' Jalapeno Flavored Evaporated Milk. It combined the classic creamy taste of evaporated milk with a kick of spicy jalapeno flavor. But it was only available on their website. Fans wanted more. So this year, the product will be available on store shelves. That is kind of cool that they probably just went, well, this probably isn't going to sell, but let's just give it a whirl. Let's just try it. Let's try it. And people were like, we want more! That would be really good.
Yeah, I guess it was really popular.
It would be. That'd be friggin' tasty. Isn't that a Stephen King book? Kenny's talking to you. I don't know which one. I Love Low. That's Leslie. I think she started to type lobster and forgot where the keyboard was.
Or either that or low carb, maybe. I don't know.
No, lobster. No, we were talking about lobster.
I love lobster.
I wonder if there's any sugar in them.
Not sure.
In the cheese? I don't know. It'd be interesting. We'll have to take a look. I'm sure that it'll come here. We'll have to get a look at the breakdown and see, because you could do a nice casserole and use things like broccoli and cauliflower and stuff like that, and put that cheese on it. It would be really good. And turnip is an
I love turnip.
excellent alternative to potatoes when you're making a casserole. Yeah. And unless you don't like turnip.
I like it.
I love turnip.
Raw.
We've made some amazing low carb casseroles with turnip. It's really good. Love Prego sauces, especially the bacon one, and the Alfredo one is good. Yes. Excellent. All right. And so this was the thing I was talking about earlier, right there. So it's Coffee Mate. Again, this is the one that's clear full of sugar. It is Kit Kat Coffee Mate. I drink my coffee black. Patty likes to have a little flavor in hers. So we actually have, and like I said, we've already tried it. I don't know why I'm drinking more of this, because it's so good, that's why.
It is very good. I'm having it in my coffee tomorrow.
If you know what a Kit Kat tastes like, and all of you do, and if you like Kit Kats, and most of you do, that is just a liquid Kit Kat. Like, there is no...
It's like somebody put a food processor and blended it
There's
up.
no other. It's like, that's just a Kit Kat. You drink it. That's all.
Yeah, there's no guesswork. You know exactly what it is.
No, exactly. If you gave that to somebody and didn't tell them, they're like, that tastes like a Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. and I do not want any. Experience the indulgent blend of chocolatey wafer flavor with every sip. Perfectly paired with your coffee. It's a non-dairy, gluten-free, and cholesterol-free, so this creamer makes every cup a treat. Add to your morning ritual with a delicious taste of Kit Kat in your coffee. I will not, thank you.
Someone could enjoy that.
She could, yes. Oh, because it had, yes,
Non-dairy.
non-dairy. There you go. Yes, sir. Good to know, good to know, good to know. We'll find out she doesn't like Kit Kats. That's nice, but I don't like Kit Kats. That's not how she talks. I'm just making jokes, folks. All right, and now it's time for this.
The weird and wild wonders of the world.
All right. I sent this into Patty, and I was like, yeah, this looks vaguely familiar. I was like, yeah. And then we got to the video, and I was like, oh, right. So this here guy, and I will play the video for you because you do need to hear this. Right there, that is an eider duck.
They're pretty.
They are large sea ducks known for their soft, warm down feathers. Native to northern coastal regions of Europe, North America, and Asia, they're often found in cold marine environments. The males are striking with bold black and white plumage, while females are brown and well camouflaged. Eiders dive underwater to feed, mainly on mussels and other shellfish. Their gentle cooing and soft ooh calls are as charming as their fluffy appearance. Let's get a couple more pictures going on here. There we go. Her pattern is absolutely
She's pretty,
amazing.
yeah.
She's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
And her bill sort of comes almost, or both of them sort of come to a point. They
Yeah.
seem to be as.
The eider's nest is built close to the sea and is lined with eiderdown. Plucked from the female's breast, this provides insulation for the eggs in cold weather. It typically takes the eider around 3 to 7 days to build its nest. The female picks a good location by the shore, often on a sheltered area or among rocks, and soft and warm lining has been harvested for filling pillows, quilts, but in more recent years has been largely replaced by down from domestic farm geese and synthetic alternatives. Although eiderdown pillows and quilts are now a rarity, typically being marketed as luxury goods, eiderdown harvesting continues and is sustainable as it can be done after the ducklings leave the nest with no harm to the birds. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get, like, they look absolutely striking when they're in flight.
I know, yeah.
And there is a
And
picture.
see, look,
look at the nest.
So there are all kinds
that's
of
really cool.
the down right there in
So
the nest.
yeah, you just harvest that, clean it, and
Yeah.
yeah. I couldn't sleep on them because it would kill me, but
Yes.
well, not quite, but
You'd be stuffy as well.
yeah, it'd be crazy. That's what they look like when they're going after their prey. That's kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Looks like a T-Rex coming at you.
It's quite a shot, really.
It really is. And there's Mama and the little ducklings hanging out with her. Very, very cool. However, what is even cooler, and I need to make sure, oh, there it is right there. So I'm going to go up here. Oh, I think I need to turn that part off. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. There we go. Let me know if you can't hear this. Okay, so close that. I gotta right there. Okay, so Michael says no sound. Okay, hand me the remote. I will fix that for you. I looked everywhere to try to find a setting to see, and I was like, I
Couldn't find it.
see him. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna turn the volume up on that to about 12. Just so it'll grab it here from the front.
Pardon me.
I will play that again. But I need to get the right window open. There we go. There we go. That is just the absolute
They're
coolest, in my opinion. Share with sound. Did you guys hear it that time? If not, I'll crank it up and do it again because it's worth
Put
hearing.
the link.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in the comments.
I probably could. Yeah. Teddy Bear says yes. Okay, so Leslie says no. All right. Well, let me grab that link right there. Copy that. And hit the enter button. There you go. It's over on Reddit. Too many thoughts in my head.
Oh, the monkey. Yes, I think so.
What's that?
The book, Monkey.
Oh. Monkey Short, which is loosely based on the monkey's paw. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Yes. Okay. Now I know what Kenny was talking about.
Yeah.
We need to get him off the Big Lebowski so I don't get raked over the coals tomorrow morning. All right, and that leads us right into Stupid Criminal. So after my favorite intro, we'll be right back. Oh, I can turn the volume down on this thing.
Yeah, they'll deafen them.
Otherwise, no, they're going to end up with a huge echo.
Oh, right. I forgot about that part.
All right, there we go.
In Woodstock, weekenders are represented by two separate groups. Those who tune into the NightCap with Brent and Patty, and the criminals who don't. These are their stories.
I just remembered as I switched over to that I have the Yeti turned off when that plays. So it won't actually. Anyway, it is what it is. It's good to be precautionary. I've made enough mistakes doing this show. All right, so let's throw up picture number 1 here. There we go. At first I thought those were fish, and then I took a second look and I went, yeah, no, okay, those are shoes. Brenda says, don't let him off the big L hook, Ken. Sounds like a bunch of people saying, oh, it does. It's cool, though, I think. Anyway, all right. 59-year-old Mr. Park in South Korea has been arrested for stealing 1,200 pairs of expensive shoes from funeral homes while posing as a mourner. I mean, you got to give the guy, credit, I guess, for, creativity, maybe? I don't know. So let's get another shot. Look at him.
It's rather slick what he did.
That's crazy. So that's all the pairs that's evidence, basically?
Yeah.
All right, so what else have we got on this guy? The man identified only as Park. All right, so he's like Madonna and Sting. He's only got one name. I'm starting to like this guy. 59, took off his own shoes before entering mourning rooms and donned more expensive footwear when he left. Okay, that's much like going to some sort of a gathering,
potluck or something.
Potluck, exactly, and leaving with nicer Tupperware or a roasting pan than what you brought with you. That happened to us.
Yeah.
According to police, Mr. Park visited hospitals and funeral homes where there were mourners. Tradition dictates that people slip off their shoes out of respect before entering these places. So he did that. When he left, he would slip on a more expensive pair of shoes. He's charged with acquiring more than 1,200 pairs of designer shoes in this manner in order to sell them in his second-hand shop. Oh, okay. Police caught him during a surveillance operation and followed him to his warehouse full of shoes. Police had watched as he arrived suitably dressed in black at one funeral home in southern Seoul's Suso district, then removed his own cheap shoes. Then he made a brief appearance inside before leaving and slipping on a far more expensive pair. So where's he getting the cheap shoes? Because you got to have a cost analysis here. If he has to buy a cheap pair of shoes every time he goes, so he's bought or stolen perhaps 1,200 pairs of shoes in order to swap
But if he has
them
a
out.
second-hand shop.
True. He's taken the real raggedy. He's probably wearing them that don't even fit him.
Yeah. He's
right?
upgrading his stock.
He's flopping in big shoes and just aching.
Anything
feet.
he knows won't sell as well.
Right, there you go, exactly. Police said they caught him stealing 3 pairs of shoes altogether, worth about $100 or so in Canadian funds. When they raided his warehouse, police discovered a vast quantity of shoes in neat rows, organized according to size and ready for. Okay, so he was stealing them that didn't fit him.
Yeah.
According to size and ready for resale. The shoes were displayed in a police compound in Seoul for people to come and look, with the hopes anyone who recognized their shoes could retrieve them. That explains the picture. Because I was like, what is going on here? I mean, I get they have to tag evidence.
They put word out and said,
if you think you lost a pair of shoes at a funeral home or wherever, but who's okay?
But see, some people do put their name in their shoes.
I mean, that's true, but he's peeling that out.
Oh, likely.
If it's some sort of
if he hasn't noticed,
or he's erasing it with right. Yeah. He doesn't want to get caught. Although it is a secondhand shop, so he's not really getting caught. He can say no. Somebody came in and I bought those from them.
Yeah.
So.
Or they left them there. Yeah.
That wouldn't work here.
No.
At all. Because when we go into a funeral parlor or anything like that,
we leave our shoes on.
We leave our shoes on.
Yeah.
I guess if you went to somebody's house.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's not going to work well, so if you go to somebody's house.
But see, their custom is to take the shoes off.
Yeah, but no, I'm trying to translate it into Canada. Just.
Yeah, the only way it's going to work would be like if you had a house party. You know how people get.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah, sorry.
But the problem is, if you go to a wake after, like if you go to somebody's house, people are going to look and be like, "Who's that guy? I don't know, might be a cousin or something. I'm not sure." People are going to scrutinize who you are.
Yeah.
And then when you leave with the fancy cowboy boots or whatever it is that you're, the fancy snow boots or whatever, depending on what time of year it is, somebody's going to be like, that guy that nobody knew who he was. So did anybody get any pictures with? They'll be tracking him down on Facebook, knocking on his door, and getting their shoes back.
Yeah. Most likely.
His accomplice walks in and claims most of them. Yeah, these are mine, and those two. There you go. Let's go. Just go. They're gonna put him. Just get as many as you can. Because how do you prove that?
Right.
You're not necessarily going to have your receipt.
Everybody's gonna be busy.
You're just going to be walking along.
Yeah.
And you're going to call an officer over and go, yeah, those are mine.
Yeah. You'd want to be like Mom, have a bag with your shoes.
Yeah. Sure. And then you'd have to stick to, like, if it's me, I'm going to have to go with shoes like
that fit.
Right?
Yeah.
Like big friggin' clown shoes. Because I can't suddenly go, oh, those are really nice. Yeah, well, they're size 9. They're not. Those aren't your shoes.
Yeah.
Unless you go with, oh, they're my buddy's shoes. We'll send your buddy down. He can get his own damn shoes. But that's right. Honest to goodness, I'm telling you. I've thrown out shoes and slippers away after wearing them for long periods in hospitals. I cannot imagine being shoeless there. Yeah, right.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Right.
That's good.
Hopefully you clean them.
Right. Well, that's secondhand shop. You probably. I mean, much like going bowling, they have they clean
Buff
them
and clean
and
them
that
up
type of
and-
thing. Yeah. You got a list of names for me?
I do.
Because it's after 10, as I expected. Not well after 10, but it's after 10 regardless. And you want to give me the mirror? It's underneath that stack of papers that you put on my desk.
I was peeing off the counter.
That's what that is. All right. Oh, there we go. We're really gonna fix this thing. I'm telling you. I need to get the hot glue gun out. Is what I need to do and really fix this baby.
In the library.
And then put some. I don't know. It needs a bunch of work. So thanks guys for joining us again. We will be here next week, and that'll be the last show until we go on summer break.
Yeah. Until after. Yeah.
Until after. Yeah. So
September 5th we'll be back.
Yes, one more show, and then we're gone for July and August. We're going to make some more changes and updates, and I got all kinds of ideas, and hopefully we're as successful at it as we were last year because I'm super happy with what we got done. So it's going to be all for the good.
Right, and the Skinny on the Street is we may have Michael and Lauren do a few shows through the summer.
Yeah, okay. So watch this space. Somebody else might be doing our show. That's cool. I have no problem with that.
No, they did last year too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's fun doing this. It really is. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So thank you to James and Maureen and Kathy and Doug and Ken and Michael and Lauren and Shelley and Leslie and Brenda and Christina. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you next week. And then after that, it's anybody's game. Who knows what's going to see? Watch this space. Don't forget, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Good night, everybody.
Wrong clicky.
We hoped you had fun, but now we must run. But we'll see you all next Friday. We thought you should know that you make the show